So here we are. Happy Monday, everybody. What a big night, huh? We've officially moved to 10 p.m. Earlier and earlier and earlier. Heck, some fans are already talking about the impact of the change. Listen up, folks.
Greg Gutfeld on a cable network beats all of them, okay, because he's moderately entertaining. They're not.
Unless you are an extreme righty, he is a toxic little person.
A toxic little person. Easy there, Fredo. Why does Chris always have that same desperate look on his face? He's like a skydiver realizing that after jumping, he had packed his laundry and not a parachute. Anyway, it's July 17th. You can now add fun and truth to this date in history because our show is a delicious sandwich of both. And boy, does this world need that sandwich right now because it's full of unanswered questions. Some things we'll never get to the bottom of. Take the curious case of the White House Coke. It's like an episode of Scooby-Doo, but without the investigative prowess of a talking dog. I mean, how hard would it be for Scooby-Doo to find out whose Coke that belonged to?
I don't think we'll ever figure out whose Coke it was.
Yeah, even the Secret Service couldn't figure it out.
Zoinks! That's easy. The Coke is definitely Hunter's. He tried to smuggle it in with all the money he totally got from China.
Great work, gang. I guess that wraps things up then.
Huh? Well, let's not let good Coke go to waste.
That sounds delicious, Shaggy.
See how easy that was? But somehow at the White House, there were no clues from inside the world's most secure building. Agents found no video, no prints, no DNA, nothing. But hey, they did the best they could, right?
They did the best they could to track down how it got there and who it might have belonged to, and they were not able to come up with any forensic evidence that proves it. It's not the kind of thing we want to see happen. If there's things we can do to prevent that in the future, certainly we'll do that.
Oh, of course. Wow, he was talking really fast. Did you notice that? I wonder what's going on there. Anyway, so there you have it. The case file is as empty as our VP's head. Maybe they should hire The View to investigate.
So is this more fodder for the Republican machine, conspiracy machine?
No matter what the answer would have been, they were always going to blame Hunter Biden. They are weaponizing Hunter Biden against his dad as an effective tool to get his dad to lose his cool and to get his dad to, feel the heartache. And there's people who might believe that it was planted for somebody so that then they could advance the Hunter Biden narrative.
Yeah, did you catch that? According to that lady, somebody planted the cocaine to frame Hunter. Because, what would he want with cocaine? Yeah, if there were photographic evidence of Hunter's drug use, maybe then we could believe that coke belonged to him, huh? Yeah, seeing the ladies of The View try and use deductive reasoning is like watching bears try to do geometry. In fact, I think The View should get their own NBC series, Law and Order Special Moron Unit. Yeah. But I guess The View does know a little about someone trying to plant coke. Somebody keeps planting diet ones in their fridge. It was okay. Now, consider the case of the Gilgo Beach killer. A task force examined 12-year-old evidence and made an arrest on 3 murdered women. And the slam dunk was, of course, DNA from a hair that's 12 years old. Remember, people, if you're going to murder someone, always wear a hairnet. And just like in the Idaho murder case where the cops got DNA off the sheath of a knife at the crime scene, DNA, always at the crime scene. It's like Brian Kilmeade on the airwaves. He's everywhere, and you can't get rid of him. According to reporting, the chances of that DNA not belonging to Brian Kohberger is an octillion to 1. That is a 1 followed by 27 zeros, which sounds like Geraldo's Twitter account. That was pretty good. A 1 followed by 27 zeros. I'm kind of proud of that. I might just let it sink in for a while. But that's literally more than every grain of sand on Earth, or the chances that Jesse Waters ever picks up a bar tab. It's funny how that works. When the investigators really want to catch someone, press conferences are held, task forces are formed, mysteries get solved, but apparently not in today's White House. Seriously, how Coke got there is a mystery, but really how our current president got in the White House is an even bigger one. I mean, it's harder to believe 80 million people voted for that mess than it is that Hunter was snorting lines off a bust in the Lincoln bedroom. And so the great White House Coke caper will soon be the coldest case since my massage therapist never made it to his next appointment. Yeah, these days, I guess they're just things we're never supposed to know. For instance, who were the visitors to Epstein's island? Well, there's this guy, apparently, LinkedIn co-founder Reid Hoffman. He was not only on Epstein's guest list, he also just gave Joe's campaign $700 grand. So away goes that story. Because obviously, does Biden's DOJ ever investigate people who give them that kind of cash? Will we ever know what Hunter promised the Chinese businessman when he demanded $5 million from him? All while saying the big guy, you know, the vice president, was sitting beside him. And back then, without the help of a visiting angel. He got the money a few days later, by the way. Will we ever learn why the wife of Moscow's mayor gave Hunter's company $100 million? And how much of it went directly to Joe and how much directly up Hunter's nose? Will we ever know why Ukrainian energy company Burisma was paying Hunter $1 million a year, but only until his daddy left office? Is there a rule in the FBI handbook that says any case with the word Hunter in it shouldn't be investigated? The guy's like the Bermuda Triangle of the Beltway. Things disappear and you don't have to wear pants. Yeah, but really, all these mysteries really answer themselves. You know the answers. But there's one total mystery that I don't think anyone has solved. Who exactly is running the country? Because America, it can't possibly be this guy. Tonight's guest, she's zany, brainy, but rarely complainy, host of the Kennedy Saves the World podcast, Kennedy. After the show tonight, his mom is taking him to see Mission Impossible. Host of the Guy Benson Show, Guy Benson. She gets sunburned indoors. Fox News contributor, Kat Timpf. And he ate the elephant in the room. My massive sidekick in the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Tyrus. Guy, thank you for being here. It's a very special show for me. Not for you, really, but that's okay. Did they conclude the investigation, or did they just cancel it? It seems to me that they didn't, it wasn't even a half-assed effort, it was a no-assed effort.
Yeah. First of all, my mom is not letting me see Mission Impossible because it's PG-13. So maybe next year. It's insulting when the White House comes out and said, oh, this was the best we could do. No, it's not. Some people try their very best and it's not good enough, like the vice president. But for other people, like the Secret Service and other entities that we have in this government, if they wanted to figure out where this baggie came from, they would. They don't want to find it out. They don't want to spend the money. So this is what they've decided to just land on. Like, you know, we don't care anymore. That's essentially what they're telling us.
Yeah, because if you do happen to find out, then you're obligated to say that you know, so it's better just not to do it.
Right, just sort of case closed. By the way, I do appreciate, for all of his faults, Chris Cuomo using the technically correct term, little person.
I was touched by that.
Toxic little person.
You saw that he was going for the M word, right? He was going for the M word, and he went, little person.
I prefer toxic munchkin.
Yes, I do too. I do too.
That's what we call each other in private.
Did O'Reilly say I was somewhat entertaining?
Okay, that's the thing. That was what was so weird, is that he wasn't really that nice to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Then also his rebuttal for him calling you, he said he's moderately irritating. No, he's toxic.
Yes.
As if toxic equals boring.
Yeah. Toxic.
That's not true.
No.
Nobody looks at like the most toxic relationship they've ever had, looks back on that and is like, man, what a boring time.
Yeah. That is so true.
Yeah, Pam and Tommy, Kim and Kanye.
Yeah.
They're all
Brian
toxic.
Kilmeade and Greg.
Yes.
Yeah.
Brian Kilmeade and Greg. That was an idea for a show. I was dressed as a little dog. I would just follow them around. Kennedy, why do all of these weird, unsolved mysteries go in one direction? Right? You know, it's like Epstein will never really know.
Yes.
And like the server will never really know. The dossier will never really know. It only goes in one direction, to protect elites and people in power.
So I'm sure there are a lot of people who have gone to prison for cocaine convictions and now cannot get jobs, who wish that law enforcement had just gone, well, you know, we couldn't figure it out. We just went ahead and closed the case, but their lives were ruined for much less and turned upside down. So I'm looking at this going, man, this is just an epidemic in D.C. And, you know, obviously there are some threads that connect here, and it's very clear that the person who leaked the Dobbs decision from the Supreme Court is a coke hound who was taken into the White House and is very powerfully connected.
Mm-hmm.
Notice how they never find the culprit in either of those cases?
Yeah, that's what it only goes in one direction. Only in one direction. You can figure out who's behind anything like this, Tyrus, if you try to figure out who it helps.
Yeah, I mean, as a Scooby-Doo alumni.
Yes. No, he was. You were in Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, I was in a Scooby-Doo movie. But the answers are already there. I feel like it's just a bad fortune cookie.
Yeah.
We know whose coke it is, okay? It was the strippers that he murdered, buried in the new construction room. We know exactly what that is. We know the answers to all these riddles. It's just that they're not gonna eat their own.
Mm-hmm.
The FBI or the Secret Service couldn't come out and blame somebody. They couldn't find a fall guy because then it would have leaked. So they just said, we don't know. And then we talk about it for months. We know it was Hunter's. Anyone who saw him on the balcony that night, they saw him. He had 2 hits during that time. And you know why you know how you can tell. You don't have to watch him. Watch the mom. Watch the good doctor staring at the husband with her teeth like this going, get him off the balcony. Get him off the balcony.
Totally.
Do something with your son. That's all we need to know.
Yes.
So we can all rest assured. We can relax. We know whose the coke it was. We know who did it. It's just they're not going to eat their own. Yeah. They're going to say they don't know. Every time they don't say they don't know, you go, okay, thank you. That's all I needed to know.
Yeah. I don't like the coke shaming, Kat. It's not about the coke, is it?
No, you always say that.
Yes.
Yeah, also, I think it's really interesting that they decided to say we give up after 2 weeks?
Yes.
That they never do that. Nobody ever does that. They're like, okay, that's enough time. What they could have done is just said we're working on it until people forgot about it.
Which is what they do with
everything. They usually do that.
Yeah. Exactly.
They're like, nope, this case is just too tough to crack.
Yes.
The best in law enforcement, we put in 2 weeks and we can't do it. There's no way we ever will.
Well, to be fair, when you're holding an investigation and you pull the entire White House staff in there and you sit them down individually and you put the spotlight on them and you say, who is it? And they all give you the same rehearsed answer. It's frustrating. Who was it? Hunter's. Who was it? Hunter's. Who was it? Hunter's.
The best clip from the monologue was The View, because Joy Behar says, this is just the Republican conspiracy machine. And literally seconds later, the other one goes, I bet you the Republicans planted it.
Yes!
Right? Like, no self-awareness.
No, that is beautiful. It's so true. It's so true.
Wouldn't there be a video of that?
What?
A Republican just wandering around. Didn't last time that supposedly happened?
Yes.
It was a bunch of arrests?
Yeah.
I mean, this is
but shouldn't we be worried that in the White House, where anyone can enter in the home of the president, where the public has access, literally anyone from anywhere in the world can get inside, they don't have security cameras there?
Yeah.
Huge news for big anthrax.
Yeah, exactly. You can get anything in there. All right, we got to move on. I know this is news to the people on January 6th, where you got 20 angles of the same face.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.